Fantasy Super Cosplay Wrestling. One of the best characters, if not the best.
Come on.
It's true. Alex Chamberlain said so. Alex Chamberlain said so.
Fine, we'll take his word for it. I am the best.
Aerial Monroe, aka FSCW's Storm.
Storm, yes, aka Big Swole. I'm coming out of this conference. It's not fitting like it used to. It used to be loose. Now I'm like, yeah.
Jacked up!
Jacked, yeah. It's a struggle getting in this thing now.
What is it like being back here? We're at Florida Supercon, Miami Beach Convention Center, and portraying Storm.
It's wonderful. Every time I come into FSCW, any kind of Supercon, I always feel like I'm at home. And I love seeing the kids that come in and they're just so excited, just as excited as you are. I feed off of their energy. It's amazing. I love meeting new people and getting the gifts. The gifts are the best thing, like just going out there and buying different things that are out there in the convention.
And you mentioned kids, and how's your kid doing?
She starts kindergarten in August, and I'm happy sad, because I know I'm going to be like, yay, it's kindergarten. And at the same time, I'm going to be like, my baby. She's not a baby, she's a whole kid now.
What is it like for her to see you guys wrestling and all? And it's such a cool moment that we'll talk about the Mae Young Classic, but first we'll talk about just what is it like when she gets to see you? She
absolutely loves it. She's like, my parents are superstars, and she loves watching myself and Cedric wrestle. It's still super real to her, so she's like emotional when we do like lose and we're not winning. She's just like, I want you to win. I'm like, oh, can't win them all, baby. So it's like one of those hard lessons that we have to instill in her now, that hey, sometimes mommy and daddy are not gonna win.
What was it like getting selected, first of all, for the Mae Young Classic?
Well, it was interesting. I didn't know I was going to be chosen for it. Actually, they had to contact my husband because they couldn't contact me. They couldn't find my email or anything. So when he finally told me, I was very excited. I was like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. I was been getting ready for something, but I didn't know what it was. And I was glad that I was picked for last year's Mae Young Classic.
How did you get noticed by then? And was there even a registration or an application process to go through for something like that?
No, it was just work ethic. And what they saw, like they just scourged pretty much the planet and trying to find the world's best, and my name just so happened to come up. Really, it's just, I kind of just owe it to my charisma. Like that's what really gets me into places, into the door. Like everybody say, oh, it's your talent and everything. I was like, no, it's really what I present to people.
When you did get selected and you participated in that, what was that whole experience like?
It was great. The women there, I was so proud to be among such great superstars, such amazing talent. There was no cattiness. It was just like everybody was there for each other as well. Like knowing that this is an opportunity, but this is an opportunity for everyone. Not just, oh, let me undercut this person or hurt this person. It was just all inclusive and just a great atmosphere and a great place to be at.
How proud did it make you feel that you earned your spot in the Mae Young Classic?
It felt amazing because you go through life and you're just like, I'm ready for something, but I don't know what it is. And then when it actually does come to you, you're just like, I feel good about my work. I feel good that I'm doing things and getting noticed for it, and it made me feel so proud of myself. Because usually I don't allow myself to, I guess, get too proud and get my hopes too high. So when something good like this does happen, I'm just like, all right, I'm doing something properly.
What kind of reaction did you get from those behind the scenes about you after the Mae Young Classic?
Well, really good. They told me not to change anything, so I went and changed everything.
Wait, cut. Right. Let's edit this part of it down.
No, they're great. I got really good feedback. They loved me. They loved what I was doing. They loved my charisma. They loved how I act and how I'm vocal in the ring. And it was just all really good feedback. Really good.
You mentioned the charisma. That was a huge thing for you, like you said. And when you were able to show that, they were even saying to you, hey, Go just be you, show your charisma. That's really what they were telling you, and that's what you did when you went out there.
That's exactly what I did. I knew it was showtime, and I had to give them something.
Because tell me if I'm wrong, I remember the Mae Young Classic, but my memory isn't as good as it once was many years ago. But didn't you have to come out and wrestle after the big injury to Tegan Knox? And that was a surreal moment because everybody, the whole arena was quiet, full sail.
It really, really was quiet. Like we were backstage, and it didn't want my emotions to get the best of me because I knew, I was like, look, if you start crying now, this is not gonna go well when you have to get out there. So I was like, just cleared my head. I was like, okay, I gotta go out there and we gotta put up together some really good stuff, bring this crowd back up. That's all I was thinking about. And I literally got pulled to the side, and one of the coaches were like, hey, Aerial, we really need you to boost this up. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it everything that I have, you know. So that's what I did.
They're all like, wait, Storm is here. Storm is here. I know.
Sorry, doing interviews.
Hey. Look when the kids look. They sort of like they're running, and all of a sudden they just sort of stop. Oh, there's Storm. Oh my God, what do I do?
It's the power of the X-Men, power of the Wakanda.
And the big swole too. It's a combination of it all. So that was really cool. And then you just went out there and just got the crowd right back into it.
Went out there. They allowed Candice to not go to the NXT show that she was supposed to be at that night, and she tagged with me against Killer Kelly and Janet. And I was like, it was amazing. We had a good little match, and it was great.
And then what was it like too, the moment during that whole experience when Cedric is there with your daughter in the front row, and then you were able to have a special moment.
Special moment. It was amazing. I was glad they allowed me to do that. They felt like they needed to give a little bit of something since she was crying the night before. They were like, she's great for TV. Let's just put her out there. So it was fun to actually get the win, get the pin, and with my finisher, and celebrate with my family. Is something I'll always treasure. Like looking over, and she's like, "That's my mom." I'm like, "You're right."
How much did that experience help you going forward?
Well, it taught me that I just needed to just be myself and focus on myself, and also take pride in who I am. And it just really taught me that I'm going in the right direction.
Going in the right direction, yes. Did it help you as far as visibility and getting more bookings and things like that?
It helped. It helped give me more bookings, more exposure, and everything. Also, it just opened up a world where I didn't know anything like this was, I guess, possible as far as getting to the top and always trying to make it and scrounge and get up there. And I'm like, okay, this is something that's attainable now. Now that I've done the Mae Young Classic, I've had the exposure that I needed to get on the playing field that I wanted to be on.
You put that on your resume and talk to people and promoters all over the place and say, oh, well, okay, I've seen some of your work and all, well, I was part of the Mae Young Classic. Oh, really?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, you're big swole. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Tell us about Queens of Combat.
Oh, okay, so I started with Queens of Combat. That was pretty much one of the first shows that I was ever on. I took a break for a minute. Now I'm actually finally back. I'm doing the Queens of Combat show at the Raleigh Supercon later this month in July. In Raleigh, of course. And I'm excited. I haven't been in a couple years, actually, so.
This is an all-women's group based in Carolina?
Yes.
Right,
Queens of Combat started in Charlotte,
North Carolina. Queen City, so that's why.
Yeah, it was started and founded by Josie, also known as Sojo Bolt from Impact days.
Some of the talent that is involved in Queens of Combat, past or present. Who can we see in Queens of Combat?
There's Maria Mannix in Queens of Combat, Savannah Evans is in Queens of Combat, Samantha Heights, Penelope Ford. Who else is in there?
The champion.
Oh, yes. Getting to her, Diamante. That's my big girl.
Hey, look who it is. Look who it is, everybody. Look who it is.
Thank you.
It's Kid Cadet. It's a good setup. Mick Foley. Always good to see Mick Foley. Yeah, always good, Mick.
Thank you, you're amazing.
And Milo Beasley, too. Yes, it's everyone. Thank you, guys.
I'm the security guy. I have to walk everybody.
Oh, we secured that. You're doing a good job. And Vega. And Vega later on, Vega. The muscle. Muscle.
A
Well.
little swole.
Oh, medium swole. Medium swole.
Littlest
No,
swole.
medium swole is Shayna Baszler.
Um,
The littlest swole.
Littlest.
Sort of swole. How about sort of swole?
Sort of swole.
Sort of swole. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jude Mackenzie. Jude Mackenzie, low key. Thank you. Love the bat. The Mick Foley bat. Yes, there you got it.
I'm transforming into another character, and I love just screwing up your interview by taking it over.
Yes. Thank you. You're the best.
Anytime.
Anytime. Anytime. Anywhere. Thank you. See? Everybody.
I love when that happens. See
Yeah,
that? And they all know you. How about Mick? Mick, the first thing he said was, "There it is. Hey, baby."
See? It's the personality. Everybody loves it.
It's so true. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love it. I love my life.
Queens of Combat.
Yes.
The champion.
The champion, yes. It's been a long time coming for Diamante. Man, I love her. Now, I mean, if it ever came to us for the title, like that, you know, we're gonna have to kick the friendship to the side because I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get that. But otherwise, she has my heart. I love her.
A lot of good things happening for Diamante,
Yes,
too.
I'm very, very happy. Like after she had those injuries, I'm just glad that she bounced back and came with fire. Love it.
You were the FSCW champion,
Yeah, I was.
and I was looking forward to, because you mentioned Queens of Combat,
Yeah.
going the other side of this. I was looking forward to Melina against Storm for the
For the-
FSCW
I was
title.
waiting
That
for
was
that.
my dream match, and
We had some good times. We had a couple good four ways and, you know, triple threats where we had some good moves. And it was nice.
and then
And then
Baroness.
Baroness
and-
came in and just.
That's exactly right. See that?
Baroness, she came in and just ruined everything.
Cobra is
Exactly.
taking over the whole place now. They've taken over this interview.
Great.
May I have your attention, please?
Uh-oh.
May I have...
Sign the waivers.
False alarm.
Sign the waivers.
It's Bruce Owens. And Bruce, did you hit the
Sorry,
switch?
there's something about you can't smoke in the building. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I suggest everybody leave in the next few minutes. Excuse me, the people with the food, please move, leave, get out. Then we go get some free food.
Thank you, referee Bruce Owens, as
Wrong way.
Bruce Owens.
Yes. And remember, there's going to be a Russian chain match. Storm's fighting Spider-Man tonight. Russian chain match.
Referee Bruce Owens. Who is Bruce Owens?
Spoiler alert, Storm wins. Sorry, Spidey. Here, please.
All right, so now we're going to end this with what is next on the agenda? Rise.
Yes.
Tell us about Rise, and you're just kicking butt in Rise, which is another all-women's wrestling group.
It is. It is. Well, right now I am in a feud with the champion, Zoe Lucas, and I have a match against her in Toronto on August 10th, Raw SummerSlam weekend, and it's for the Rise Championship, and I'm bringing my A game and then some. So this time there will be no hands on the ropes. There won't be any excuses. None of her Blue Nation won't be there. She won't have any help. She'll just be in the ring with Big Swole, with no one to help her, not even God. She's done. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's where all my energy is in. I've been working really hard in the gym. She's done.
And this show is an amazing show. You were telling me about the show before we started the interview. So we had a little pre-prep, but not a lot. We were trying to do this off the cuff. But all the different groups that are involved with this is really super.
Smash, Fatales, just Rise, Shimmer. It's just a huge, purely like women's wrestling like show. And it's just all those companies all into one, and it's called the Summit. And I think it's going to be amazing. There's never anything like this before. It's one of those things where if you are not in your A game and you're not on this show, it should really put a fire underneath you to be like, you know what, that's where I want to be, so I need to study those people, I need to get my things in order, because if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Big Swole just have to be ready.
Always.
Always.
Favorite moment so far, this is probably an easy one, but favorite moment so far in Rise has been
My favorite moment? Probably wrestling Nicole Savoy.
Oh, wow.
Would actually be my favorite. That started me along my journey. I started Big Swole when I started wrestling with her, and it's just kind of like, she just gave me that boot in the butt that I needed to be like, hey, you need to be somewhere. You need to be somebody. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Biggest highlight of Rise so far?
Biggest highlight of Rise? I would say Iron Womaning that Battle Royal. Yeah, I was the first one in, and of course the second to last one out, and it was interesting. 60, it's like, I don't remember how long it was. 60 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it was a long time.
Main eventing Rise against Mercedes Martinez
Yeah.
in Winter Park near Orlando.
Yes, I keep forgetting that that's a Rise show because it's in Orlando.
It was, yeah.
I'm
Usually
so-
they
I'm
don't
always
have, no,
thinking that
you don't have to
Chicago
apologize,
show.
but you know what,
You know
right.
what?
Usually
Yes,
Rise
I
is not
changed
in there.
my mind. Wrestling Mercedes was always a goal for me. So she was my first match back after I took a 3 months off, because I always take 3 months off in the middle, like the end of the year. And just coming back and being in the ring with her and sharing that moment and knowing that I have, you know, progress and I'm leaps and bounds in what I used to be, and the fact that I can stand toe to toe with her, and it was a great moment. Like one of the only times where I went to the back and had a good cry, because I was like, I felt so proud of, you know, of myself and how far I've come.
And by the way, just so everyone knows, Mick Foley was also part of that show.
He was.
I didn't think of that till
Really
now.
good advice and everything, so I was just like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was so cool because
He's,
he did a Q&A, like, well, seminar, like earlier in the day, and then he was part of the show that night and supporting women's wrestling and all, and I just thought that was really
Mick's
cool.
simply amazing. Like, he did this video for our daughter for Christmas where he dressed up like Santa, and, you know, it's like, oh, ho, 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 oh, Odessa, you know, you've been a good girl all year. And it was the most beautifulest thing ever. It made her Christmas. Like, she always watches it, and Mick's just amazing.
Did she think he was Santa?
Oh, yeah, she was like, oh, it's Santa, he knows my name. And I was like, yeah, it's Santa.
That is so cool. That made him feel good too because he loves
yeah.
doing Santa.
Oh, yeah, it stretched my heart.
Well, Aerial Monroe, you continue to impress and progress.
Yes. Leva! Fire!
Leva Bates, yes, there we go.
I love this girl. I love this girl.
I interrupted interview him.
Oh, no, please. Mick Foley did,
Yeah,
Kid
yeah,
Cadet,
yeah.
Vega, Milo Beasley,
Yeah.
Jude Mackenzie,
I'm
everybody's
not-
been coming by.
This is my partner in crime, one of my best friends, and the woman of my dreams, and she's
I love
also
her.
the librarian.
The library, yeah.
And we are K-pop buddies for
Oh my
life.
god!
Oh my god.
I bought a DVD that we might actually be on. I was so we went to this concert in
Yeah.
Cityfield for BTS.
Extreme
And,
BTS.
So it was our first one, right? That was
Yeah, it was
the
our first.
concert.
Yeah, the first in New York, New Jersey.
Oh, it wasn't our first concert. G-Dragon was the first.
G-Dragon was our first K-pop.
Okay,
Oh,
anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, so we were like in the pit, really close to the stage. I mean, everyone was tall, so it was hard to see sometimes, but we were so close to them. So I got a DVD, and it was like from Cityfield, and then like I bought it, and I was flipping through the book, and you can see the crowd. And we get a little magnifying glass, and I'm going to see behind us.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched the DVD yet because I haven't had time.
She had the blue hair, I had the green hair, so we're bound to see us.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so you have to come over some days so we can watch it together. Because I saw the Soul one. 'Cause I bought the Soul one.
Really?
It was awesome. But then they just released the Cityfield. I'm like, oh, so I bought DVDs because I'm that nerd.
We love BTS.
I love K-pop.
Her part.
Leva, what do you think about FSCW? What do you think about Storm? What do you think about the character, your portrayal? You love this. I know this is like a big thing for you. You love all
Oh my
this
god,
stuff.
it's awesome. I love it. Like, I mean, I was the crazy girlfriend last night with Master Hiroshi. We had a thing where he entered the match himself, but then kept him out until towards the middle where he finally gets his big moment. And then he tries to kiss my character, which my character is into it because she's a crazy person.
It's like the first time someone's into
I
Mr.
scream out
Hiroshi.
as loud as I can, I want to have all your babies, and start chasing him around the ring. I smell the sandals. It was great. Like, stuff you could probably never get away with at any show ever in the history of ever. It's totally wanted here.
Oh, that's so great. That is so
Alright, I
good.
gotta meet people.
Do your
so-
thing, Leva, and also there's a Mick Foley. There's a Mick Foley connection with Mick Foley here because we had the Christmas Mick Foley and the Rise, and Leva being at Heather and Jude's wedding. with Mick Foley doing the presentation. So it's all come together with Mick Foley.
All together.
Thank you, Labor Bates.
Thank you.
Let's see, who else will be coming through
I
while
know,
we do
right?
this.
It's like,
We should just have the story. You should just do your own, like, reality podcast, something,
You know, look,
show, reality.
What's funny is that I'm starting something called Swole's World. You just, bam, you're right there. Yeah, it's called Swole's World. I'm just gonna go around and interview people and have people have a little glimpse of who I meet and what I see. And since my life is obviously entertaining, and a lot of people like these people who just, why are you giving me the steak guy, Caleb? We go way back like 4 flats on the camera. Yeah.
We were trying to intro.
He's like, why'd you put me in this?
Come on through, everybody. Mick Foley has Kid Cadet, Vega. There we go, Brandon. Thank you.
He's like, why'd you putting his chest out? Like, why'd you put me on camera? He was ready. Don't let Caleb fool you.
When do you think this might happen?
I should start filming at the next, so this next Supercon that's coming up in Raleigh. Just start with little mini interviews and stuff and just work our way. There's more content for the Swerve City podcast. Everybody subscribe to the Swerve City podcast. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Aerial Monroe,
Everywhere.
impress and progress.
Right, I like that. I like that.
Thank you so much as always.
Thank you so much, Jim.